So we have a web application project where we have added a web service class file. So what we are going to do next is we are going to add methods to our class which will be exposed to other clients. So one method, if you really see, is by default added to the class when we create it through IDE. So this method is hello method, which takes one input parameter, which is the person's name, and it returns back a string. So what this string is, it will be hello and the name of the person, and exclamation mark will be added. So in case we pass John to this method, so it will return hello John with exclamation. But what we need to do is we need to add these four methods, which we will call web methods, because they are going to be consumed over web. So calculator web service is the name of our class. Four methods that we want to add is, first method is add, which will take two integers and it will return sum of those two integers. So let's go ahead and add this method to our web service. So all the methods that we want to expose, they have to be public. Int add, let's call it num1, int num2, and we'll say return num1 plus num2. So that's the way we implement our methods in general. But since this is a web method, we need to decorate the methods that we define with an annotation called @web method, like the one that is done in hello method. So this is an annotation used. Then we need to give an operation name, which may be same as the method name that we are defining, or it can have a different name. So for now, let's proceed with same method name. So web method, that's the annotation we want to put so that this method is exposed as a web method. Then we say operation name equals, let me call it add integers. So we are proceeding with a different name for the time being. So this is a method that we have added. So first annotation is declaring this method to be a web method. Now all the parameters that a method takes, we need to annotate them also. So how do we annotate a web parameter? So there is a different annotation for that, web param, and then we need to specify name of that param to be, let me call it first num, and close it. So we have annotated our first variable name, which is num1, and we are calling for web method, this is going to be first num. Same way we need to annotate second parameter also. So let's call it @web param, and we need to give a name of that, name equals second num, and we close it. So now we have annotated both our input parameters. So we have exposed a web method whose name is add integers. It takes first num and second num as two parameters, and what it does, it returns the sum of these two methods. So same way if we want to add four more methods for calculator operation to be complete, let me copy paste it 4 times so that we can quickly create our 4 methods. So second method we are calling subtract. So first num, second num, here the name will change to subtract integers. Third method, let me call it multiply integers, and let's change the method name to multiply. Fourth method we will call divide, div, and we'll say divide integers. Now if you see, the indentation of this project has gone for a toss because we copy pasted. So quick way to format it is, or to indent it is, right click and we can pick the format option, and the code automatically gets aligned and indented. So here we are returning sum, here we should be returning the difference. Third method we should be returning multiplication, and fourth method we should be returning the division. So very simple methods as of now. Without any error handling, we have implemented these methods. And let us remove the first method that was there by default, because we don't need that method anymore. Now we have 4 web methods that we have defined in this class. So let me quickly check if rest of the things are same and correct. Yeah. So with this, our first web service we have coded. In next step, we are going to test it on a web server.